Okay, it's your boy Pella. We back with the African quote of the day from the book Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. We're gonna go right here. Okay, it says in the 8th century A.D., the Moors, natives of Mauritania in North Africa, invaded Spain and took with them the Egyptian culture which they had preserved. Knowledge in the ancient days was centralized and belonging to a common parent and system, i.e., the wisdom teachings of the mysteries of Egypt, which the Greeks used to call Sophia. As much as the people of North Africa were the neighbors of the Egyptians and became the custodians of Egyptian culture, which they spread through considerable portions of Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe, their, during their occupation of Spain, the Moors displayed with considerable credit the grandeur of African culture and civilization. The schools and libraries which they established became famous throughout the medieval world. Science and learning were cultivated and taught. The schools of Cordova, Toledo, and Seville and Saragossa attained much celebrity that they, like their parent Egypt, attracted students from all parts of the Western world. And from them, the most famous African professors that the world has ever known in medicine, surgery, astronomy, and mathematics. But these people from North Africa did more than really distinguish themselves in Spain. They were really recognized custodians of African culture to whom the world looked for enlightenment. Consequently, the medium of the ancient Arabic language, philosophy, and various branches of science were disseminated. All the so-called works of Aristotle in metaphysics, moral philosophy, and natural science, translations by Leonardo Pisano in Arabic mathematical science, translations by G. A. Monk of Ariza in musical notation, Sigweek and Taylor History of Science, chapter 10, 11. And so to break this down, what he's saying is in the 8th century, us Moors, who are also the ancient Egyptians, it's the same people, right? We invaded Spain. We was already there, and we took with us our ancient African culture with people we call the Egyptian culture. And it says we call philosophy Sophia, and the such people of North Africa were the name of the Egyptians, but we know that these are the same people and became the custodians of Egyptian culture, right? And it said it spread through portions of Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe. When we hear about the story with the Moors ruled Spain, so we go in Spain and we see all these monuments and architect. It's basically coming out of ancient Africa. During the occupation of Spain, the Moors displayed considerable credit the grandeur of African culture and civilization. So it's showing you that Moorish culture is synonymous with Moorish culture. I mean African culture. Moorish and African culture are very same. And we had schools and libraries that became famous throughout the medieval world. So this is like after Christ, like up to 1492, with science, learning, and cultivated and taught. And we were professors at schools of Cordova, Toledo, Seville, and Saragossa, and we attained much celebrity. And also, the most famous African professors that the world has ever known, we already had master medicine, surgery, astronomy, and mathematics. Now, this is all before enslavement to show you that we were already highly educated. But it said, I like this word, these people from North Africa did more than merely distinguish themselves in Spain. They were really recognized as the custodians of African culture to whom the world looked for enlightenment. And so it just goes back to tell you that we are the trendsetters. So all we got to do is be ourselves. It's just telling you that before enslavement, people looked to us for enlightenment. And so during this time of colonization and enslavement, who should we look to for enlightenment? I would say ourselves. Okay, so this is your boy Jay Pella, African Quote of the Day, Stolen Legacy by George E. M. James. Get at me. You can find this on Ancient Kushite Global Empire Media. 1.